Like wisps of gossamer that they used to float over cherubs' naughty bits on old master paintings.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking, John.
I knew one of us had to say it.
Hey, everybody out there. Welcome back to another Friday viewer request edition of the Audiophiles. My name is Andy, and the fellow over there is John. And as I stated before, today is a day devoted to a song offered up by one of you out there in the listening audience. And today we are going to be returning to a band that we've listened to before on this channel. I believe this was an offering that John brought to the table. And we gave the...
No, it was a viewer request.
Oh, it was another viewer request. Oh, forgive me. Yeah. Well, regardless of who it came from, it was a wonderful song. I had a great time listening to it. And it garnered another recommendation from y'all out there to give this a listen, to give these guys a listen. So I've already given this song a listen. John, I don't believe you have. You're not familiar with this one until this listen, but it is a revisit to Steel Pulse. The Rastafarian reggae band out there that was absolutely wonderful. We listened to their song Ja Pickney. This recommendation came on that video, and it came from a one Echo Trip one who wanted us to listen to a song called Blasphemy, in parentheses Selah. So like I said, I've already given this tune a listen, and I'm pining to hear what John has to say about it. I'm sure Echo Trip is, and anybody out there who clicked on the video. So John, why don't you scurry off and give this thing a go and come back and let's chop it up, man.
Okay.
All right.
This is just mad. There's so much going on in this. All these different noises. Let alone the instruments. Yeah, you've got whistling, bird noises, you've got some percussion, drums, you've got other stuff that sounds like electronic percussion perhaps. Got a lovely guitar, really gentle brass organ going as well. And it's all really mixed really well. It's a complete tapestry of sound. I'm just going to have to swing it back a little bit. I know this is a longish song, but I'll set it. We're going to start again.
Always cause friction, Stir the minds of non-believers. Thomas today they answer when I call them. Didymus cause not lost. Didymus cause not lost. Didymus cause not lost. Without a shadow of a doubt, he lives forever. So sing, sing a joyful song. Sing a joyful song. Sing a joyful song. Sing a Selah.
The thing that's grabbing me the most about this is an incredible rhythm to it, and it's really well put together. But I love the vocal performances of the main man, David Hines. Yes. But the other guys as well. So they come in and sing line with this huge brightness to it. And then they're doing almost not quite call response, but they're proper sort of backing and emphasizing bits and singing extra bits as well. Trying to catch the lyrics now. Just remember to try and listen to the words. Yeah, something about no doubt he'll live forever and sing a joyful song they sang many times. So I'm wondering if this has some religious content. Maybe in a Rastafarian way, which I am fairly ignorant about. But it just sounds it does sound joyful. It really does. Excellent.
Selah. Selah. Selah.
Can I just say, I hope you guys are listening to this with headphones and you can just hear that really faint brass there as well. It's just lovely touches.
Selah. Selah. My songs and praises will never, no, turn to shouts of anger. I'm a believer, yes, he was no stranger to me. No one, no silver. I'm in no danger. I'm no betrayer. Them who shouted, bless me, bless me, bless me, bless me. 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 No, no blasphemer, no blasphemer, no blasphemer, no blasphemer, no blasphemer, no blasphemer. Well, went on to his own, receiving that, stripped of his garment.
I won't stop again, I promise, but it's just whatever the hell that is. It's kind of a cross between like a roller on a desk and a bottle being filled up with liquid. And I don't know what it is, but it's just, it sounds quite sort of mischievous to my ears. Yeah, there's just so much going on. All right, I won't stop anymore, sorry.
And the cockroach, they deceive them. Son of Jah, Peter never believed them. He had his joy overtaken by dissolution. He volunteered for his crucifixion. So sing a joyful song. Sing a joyful song. Sing a joyful song. Sing a joyful see dead, can hear lame, can walk down, can talk, me see get cleansed. Selah, the blasphemer. He lives forever, so sing. Praise the Lord for he'll never perish. No deceiver will show the love that he brings. No blasphemer will never turn against him. He lives forever, so sing. Ooh la la, visions of eternity. Ooh la la, listen to his preaching. Ooh la la, try to straighten our road. Ooh, prayers, parables and scriptures say, Selah, praise the Lord for Selah, no blasphemers, Selah, no deceivers, Selah, he lives forever, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. Highest ranking, ranking high. Blasphemy, 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 blasphemy. Blasphemy, 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 blasphemy. Blasphemy, 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 blasphemy. Blasphemy, 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 blasphemy. Blasphemy, blasphemy, blasphemy. Man betrayed him. Blasphemy, blasphemy, blasphemy. Man denied. So don't betray him. Blasphemy, blasphemy, blasphemy. Don't deny. Selah. Don't deny.
Well, I can only say, ooh la la. That was so rich. I can listen to it another 10 times and not get everything out of it that's in there. Yeah, that was superb. Really, really good. Loved it. Loved it. Okay, I'll try and make some sort of order of my notes all over the shop. I've got here frog scraper, swamp gas. Yeah, it's not making sense to me either. I'll get it all together, go back and talk to Andy.
Okay, so you've returned. And what did you think of Blasphemy, Selah?
So many questions. Right. Yeah, this was a trip, and I have to admit I got a little bit distracted. But so amazing start, which I actually pulled back. So, and it set the tone for the whole song, really.
Mhm.
So, it starts off opening drums, and then there is a sack full of sounds.
Yes.
I mean, a sack full. And I'll go into some of it later, but at the start, there was whistling, there were bird noises, there was some sort of treetop whooping from a primate, I think. And then this other sound that I think, to me, sounded like a duck trying to regurgitate a packet of crisps. An empty packet. So there's this rustling, but with a wetness to it. It was pretty fucking odd. And then you got the real instruments as well, and there's bloody loads of those as well.
Mhm.
So, I mean, there was lots of different percussion going on, some rim stuff as well as the normal drums and other bits and pieces. There was, I think, some electronic percussion as well, sort of these electronic sounds. It sounded like electronic percussion. It could have just been keyboard noodling. There was a lovely guitar, that sort of floating riffs like feathers on air, just every now and then.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
The ones that
Really
were a little
was.
bit lower in the mix, or at least lighter or fainter.
Yes.
Yes, God,
They were quite high, but they were just
yeah.
little, like wisps of gossamer that they used to float over cherubs naughty bits on old master paintings.
Yes, it's exactly what I was thinking, John.
I knew one of us had to say it. And then the organ and bass kick in as well. And then they provide this firm bedrock to which everything is based. And then the song starts proper. And there's so voice, my notes are all over the place because basically I was all over the place listening to this bloody thing. He has a great voice, and it's the only guy I can remember. David Hines, I think it is. It's the only. Sorry, apologies to the rest of the band. Not that they really care or whatever, but so his voice is expressive, rich, dynamic. He puts variations on it, and there's enunciation, and his trills and all that sort of stuff. But the combination with I won't insult them and call them back in. It's accompanying vocals. Just really added a level of class to this song. I mean, you do get it in reggae stuff, but the really, really good stuff is done like this, just another level. And the group singing some lines, their harmonies, and other parts, it's almost a call and response, but not quite. But yeah, I guess it is. Absolutely adored them. And I think it's probably my favorite part of the whole song was the vocals. I mean, it was just huge brightness and also really infectious, and it just kind of led you down the path, as it were. Now, this path is littered with all sorts of shit, I mean. So I believe the verse sort of goes in, because they kind of very freeform in the way you don't really get verse, chorus. It's kind of they do their stuff, which is, cool. So as the verse goes on, we have the standard guitar that's chugging the reggae beat that you get everywhere, and then again this second one, aforementioned guitar, again riffing these just beautiful phrases, really beautiful. And then you have these brass parts coming in, and again it's really refined. They're just there, adding delicate touches at the end of lines. Just it's not heavy-handed at all. They're just really like gold leafing the edges of this. It was really, really impressive. The whole thing sonically was so goddamn full, but it was mixed so well, so it never felt crowded or dense. It just felt rich, and there's lots of shit going on.
Yes,
you may pick up at it, you may not, but you're going to enjoy it anyway, and that's what it was like. And this is where other sounds came in. Now, this is my notes, which may or may not be 100% accurate. But I've got here, the things I heard was a frog scraper, a giggle stick, a busted shower head, swamp gas, milk bottles, and a ruler twanging. And there's some other stuff as well. But yeah, it was just some unbelievable noises. I didn't find them at all jarring, apart from the one that sounded like a mixture of like stuff being poured in and out of a bottle, and it kept going up and down. That did not distract me so much, because it had a character to it. It felt mischievous, and I don't know what it was doing.
But it was I thought it was the liquid sounds. I thought were like so apropos to the island feel of the music that I thought it was like of all the sounds I heard, and
serving drinks.
Serving drinks or water lapping on the beach, whatever. But yeah, all of it, right? There were some of it. It sounded like some of it could have been animals in the jungle, off the beach, and it took me to a place. I loved it is fun, and you're right, they were like, whoa, what am I hearing? What is that? I'm trying to identify these things. So I all that checks out, but there was something about the way it built the atmosphere around the traditional instruments that made me feel like I was there. And I really, really liked that a lot.
So yeah, just building on that, he's singing on and really enjoyed his voice. And then I think I should actually listen to what the words are. And I did catch bits and real snatches. So I'll give you some of the stuff I got, and it gave me an overall feel, which I don't know. But it felt like there was a religious tone to this song, probably based in sort of Rastafarian sort of theology or legend, because I heard bits and pieces. So you hear things and you think of, like, the Lion of Judah and Haile Selassie and all that, which may be this texture of sounds. But so he obviously sings Selah a few times. I think I count 4 or 5 times. I don't know who or what Selah is, so that's interesting. And then little words here and there, little phrases, non-believers. He mentioned Thomas as well. And then he says something like, no doubt he lives forever, and sing a joyful song. They sing that a lot. And songs of praises. And he's just like, in no danger, I'm no betrayer, and then blasphemy, and no blasphemer, son of Jar. And then there was one that stood out for me, which is really odd. It said, overtaken by, it sounded like dissolution. And then he does his crucifixion. So again, all this religious, So I guess it's something to do with all that. And then the blasphemy is, ties in with it, with the overall theme. And after he's done his crucifixion, there's like a mini break. And this really weird bit with the organ just suddenly goes, da, 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 and it's like an announcement at the cinema in the interval that, hot dogs and ice creams are available in the foyer. It's such a strange transition. And then the tempo shifted and it became a much more sort of traditional reggae beat, and it was almost more focused from you're going through this weird, jungle or pathway or whatever, with all these distracting sounds, and then it became much clearer. But that weird plinking water pouring thing came even more to the front then, and it's still going up and down and doing all this stuff. And there were some lines where they said he lives forever. And then they put in the phrase, which I didn't expect, ooh la la, quite a lot, which again made me chuckle. Don't know why they're saying that. But yeah, so in summary, I'd say this song was madness. That's a madness, and I absolutely loved it. And I couldn't help but think, God, imagine listening to this live. This would be so cool, because it really had just a whole world about it that I think you'd absolutely lose yourself completely in it if you were there when this, live. So yeah, I absolutely adored this. This is great.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I'm going to say something that actually sounds kind of contradictory, right? Because like I would also love to have seen this played live, and this would be a hell of an experience. This is the kind of music that's almost, in a lot of ways, meant to be experienced live, because of all the moving parts that are going on. And watch that they speak. Their message is often of harmony, right? In reggae music, and then when it's played, you're watching one of the most harmonious genres play out before you, with all these disparate moving parts working together, and it's like, oh, it's emblematic of the messaging. That's awesome. Like that's great synergy. And yet, and this, I still want to see it live. I still think it's meant to be played live, and yet I think I liked this song better, not only because I liked it better than Jaw Pickney just in general, but I think the way you put it earlier in your review of the perfect balance that struck in the production of this to fit all of that into a perfect balance where one isn't wedging out another or sounding too dense versus another part or any of that. None of it gets lost. And I don't know. It made me, I guess it washed over me in a more even fashion listening to this than watching the live version of Jaw Pickney, even though that was an amazing live performance. I don't know. I think it helped me just discern and pick out all the different parts easier listening to it in this fashion than live. That again doesn't take away from me wanting to see it live and thinking that it'll be great live, but that's just me. And yeah, I mean, the guitar that you honed in on, so good. That's probably my favorite part. That you are right though, that I think that the vocal delivery of this song, again, it's probably because it is a recording and not a live version, it stood out to me so much more than Jaw Pickney did, to take nothing away from it. So yeah, this was winner chicken dinner for me too. It's funny because the last one that we did, the last viewer request that we just recorded, was there was all this talk of like atmosphere, and because it was a live song, and funny enough, this isn't a live song, and yet it's in its own way very atmospheric as well, with all these sounds that they're creating and playing with that are evoking mood and kind of like transporting the listener to another place. So yeah, this was awesome. I really dug it. All that out of the way, both of our synopsis, I'm going to get in a little bit to the song here. Again, we've alluded to this earlier, and I did my homework while you were away, John, giving this a listen. It was Matt John who offered up Jaw Pickney to us. And I'm going to if you want to know more about the band, we did a deeper dive into them on that video. We'll link it to this as well, so you can go back and check it out, where we get more into the band there, because it was our first dalliance with them on this channel. But now I'm just going to try to like focus on the song mostly in this review. So yeah, this was from their 1979 album Tribute to the Martyrs, and it is their second studio album, and the same album that features Jaw Pickney. And it was produced after their previous Handsworth Revolution album. And I guess that album and this album are the ones that really put these guys on the map and like at the forefront of like kind of like the reggae movement at the time. So now having heard 2 songs off this album and looking at it, it's like track list, it's not very long for an album. I'm kind of wanting to just go scoop it up and listen to it all in one fell swoop and see what it has to offer, especially learning that you know, it, along with their previous album, is kind of what like vaulted them to the front of the reggae line, if you will. So
you can see why, can't you?
Oh, absolutely, man, absolutely. So you were right about the religious references, which were probably hard to avoid once you. Although I'll say hard to avoid, there's a lot of music that you could have got trapped into listening to and being distracted by. But once you listen to the lyrics, it's pretty clear that there's some religious connotation going on here. So the song is adapted from and inspired by the Gospel of John, where Jesus questions Peter's faith. And the song displays the commonality of Rastafarian and Christian faiths. So there's obviously a lot of Venn diagram stuff happening between like traditional Christianity and Rastafarian faith as well. So I had to dust off my knowledge of Hebrew language and look up what Selah meant. I assumed, given the religious nature of it, it had to have been some like a you know, one of these languages of the early religions that were being referenced here, and that's what it was. It was Hebrew, and it indicates Selah indicates a pause in the text. Selah is a synonym of the Hebrew word that means forever. Selah is a derivative of the Hebrew root salal, which means to raise voices in praise or make the instruments louder, which is a really cool kind of little factoid there. So I'm going to go over the lyrics now. Selah, repeated 5 times. You were right. When facts rocks fiction, always cause friction. Yeah. Stirs the minds of non-believers. Thomas the name. They answer when I call them. Descendants of Judas. Yes. Them prefer Baros. So die, they must, all's not lost. Die, they must, all's not lost. Without a shadow of a doubt, he lives forever. So sing a joyful song, sing a joyful song, sing a joyful song, sing a joy. Selah, 5 times. My songs and praises will never, no, turn to shouts of anger. I'm a believer, yes. He was no stranger to me. No want, no silver, not I. I'm in no danger, not I. I'm no betrayer, not I. Them who shouted, blasphemy, 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 blasphemy. No blasphemer, no blasphemer, no blasphemer. He was no blasphemer. Went on to his own, received him not. Stripped of his garments, flogged and mocked. And cock crowed, they deceived him. Son of Jah, Peter never believed him. He said he had his joy, over, repeat 7 times, overtaken by dissolution. He volunteered for his crucifixion. So sing Sing a joyful song, sing a joy. Praise aloud for, praise aloud for, praise aloud for, praise aloud for. Blind can see, deaf can hear, lame can walk, dumb can talk, diseased get cleansed, yeah. Selah, no blasphemer. Praise aloud for no deceiver, no blasphemer. He lives forever, so sing. Ooh la la, visions of eternity. Ooh la la, listen to his preaching. Ooh la la, no. Ooh la la, trod the straight and narrow road. Who prayers, parables, and scriptures say. Selah, praise aloud for. Selah, no blasphemer. Selah, no deceiver. Selah, he lives forever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. Highest ranking, ranking high. Blasphemy, 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 blasphemy. And those are the lyrics. So yeah, interesting. The brr that he kills in like 2 or 3, maybe 3 or 4 different parts of this song are just incredible. He sustained it for so long. So yeah, and his vocal clarity and delivery are wonderful on this song, and you can tell that it comes from a place of, you know, deep conviction and thought. You and I have been absolutely candid that we're hardly the pious or dogmatic types, but it's still, for me anyway, I don't want to speak for both of us here, I'm at times really impressed by how religion and faith can move other people, and when it does in such a positive way, it is kind of, I don't know, I like witnessing it. It makes me feel good for those who feel that way. And I feel this guy's conviction, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I haven't got a problem with faith. I've got a problem with doctrine. You know, that's my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I didn't get it until you read out the lyrics. So I was wondering if the blasphemy was directed, but of course it's, you know, that's, if you believe the story of the New Testament, then that's what Jesus was charged with, was blasphemy. And if you believe in him, then that very act is actually blasphemous, you know. So that's where the dynamics come from. So it is interesting. So you got the whole, I heard it through that, the cock crowing and doubting Thomas and Peter and Judas and all that sort of stuff. So you got that whole scenario, which, if you take the religion out of it, it's still a great little story, that little last bit, the Last Supper and the arrest in the Gardens of Gethsemane and all that. And you know, they've got great place names as well. It just sounds so cool anyway.
Yeah, there's almost like, I don't want to be speaking of blasphemy, but there's almost this like there are great stories in it, but there's almost this like mythical or fantasy genre type I don't know, depictions when you're reading especially Old Testament stuff, and it's just, you know, you take all the stuff out of it, you know, the indoctrination stuff out of it, and at wholesale value, these are really interesting, cool stories in fantastical, far off places for a lot of us who read it now. So
yeah, you could transpose that story to be somewhere else, like occupied Paris, you know, and they're having dinner and the Nazis come in and take them away. It's that similar thing, you know, and the idea of betrayal as well and all that. It's a great, you know, narrative which you can quite easily, you know, believe in. But he did paint the picture in it, you know, and now you've read the lyrics and really picked up on it. And yeah, it's great.
Yeah, great song. Well, Echo Trip, thank you so much for offering this up, man. This was for me, a great second dive into Steel Pulse, and I really, really enjoyed it. John, I think, is slightly more familiar with these guys than I was before the channel, and it sounds like it was a hit with both of us. So thanks for offering it up. It was a nice revisit to reggae, which we've done a few times on this channel, and a lot of it's thanks to what we did with Steel Pulse to this point. So great shout, John. Thanks for giving it a listen and offering up your thoughts, man. They were some good ones, many of which I agreed with. So I
enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, this is a good one. And if you guys out there in the listening audience have anything to offer up as far as not only opinions and you know, anecdotes related to this song that you want to add, but also songs for the future, use the comments field below. It's there for a reason, and we always enjoy hearing from you guys. Also, while we have your attention, and if you're still here, feel free to like, share, and subscribe. We're trying to grow the channel, and we can't do it alone, and we wholly appreciate you guys coming along for the ride and helping us in any way you can. So thank you so much, and until next time, we hope to see all y'all and perhaps some more on the next episode of the Audiophiles. See you later, guys.